Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Lorenzo, your host of the Leaders Without podcast. Today, I will repeat one of my wonderful friends, Donna Fairhurst from beautiful Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. We had a great chat, I would say, about a month ago. It hasn't been live yet. It's going to go live next week, but that was a phenomenal talk about her story, her background. She's had a very colorful, rich life filled with travels, adventures, and wisdom. We talked about that last time, but today we're going to talk about two things very exciting. First of all, she just mentioned to me that she just get published. She was part of a multi-authored book which went live on in February, and that is called Wisdom from My Younger Self. And this is basically about her. If she could go back in time, what would be the number one advice she would give to her younger self? And that's what it's all about. We're going to talk about that, but also we're going to talk about something exciting, which we didn't have time to do last time on the first episode. And that is to talk about what she's doing, all the exciting impact, beautiful impact she's having, which is she's going to share with us about some of the principles that she learned and now teaching, such as, for example, the I am, the calm principle, sacred soul self, and many more. So it's going to be a beautiful conversation with a wonderful human being with a beautiful heart. So once again, Donna, my friend, welcome to the show again.
Thank you so much, Payman. I'm so happy to be here. It's always a joy to see you and be with you in any space.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is all mine. And you also mentioned something wonderful. You're looking glowing, tan, because you just came back from a wonderful vacation in Mexico on the beach. So how was that?
Oh, it was so fantastic. We were in a beautiful place, Dreams Los Cabos, and it was super. We were on the beach every day, and the humpback whales were going by with their babies, the moms and babies, and they were breaching and sounding, and it was just every single day we saw them. And we took a cruise and just beached and cruised and swam and beached and cruised and swam and drank a few margaritas.
Lots of tacos as well.
Lots of tacos. Actually, my favorite was the fish tacos. That was the catch of the day, every day, fresh from the beach. And it was just amazing.
You're making me hungry now. I haven't had my lunch yet, but we'll talk about food after. Let's not talk about food right now.
Okay.
All right. So now let's talk first about this amazing milestone you just achieved, which is being published. So tell us about that, about your book, and how was how do you feel now? First of all, seeing your name on a book. Is that your first book, or you had a book before?
No, it's my first. I've had some articles published in newspapers that are in local newsletters and newspapers and local health magazines and that, but this is the first thing that's part of a real live book. And it's interesting because all my life people have been saying to me, oh my God, your story is so incredible, you should write a book. And all my life I'm saying, yeah, I will. And I've always liked writing, but I've been a procrastinator about my own stuff. I'm great about writing stuff for other people. And I kept procrastinating about it. And I have this huge binder, which I always believe in, like Wayne Dyer, start the title and figure it out from there. So the book I'm working on is Yo-Yo to God, My Journey and Lessons from 3 NDEs, Near-Death Experiences. So I had that on my table and I said, okay, God, if I'm supposed to be published, give me a sign. And quite literally, I got an email from another beautiful woman and soul and coach, Julie Fairhurst, no relation, just good friends and co-coaches from the opposite sides of Canada. And she said, I'm putting together a book on women's wisdom, what you would tell your younger self from where you are now. Will you be a part of it? And I said, sure. And she said, now I want to include as many of the beautiful, wise women as I know. So I'm telling everybody, keep it to 150 words, no more. And I thought, wow, that's like 3 paragraphs. That's not a lot to explain the wisdom of a lifetime of 70 years. I thought, well, God, if it's meant to be, here goes. And right then I just typed it out and emailed it back to her. When I did the word count after, was exactly 150 words. I thought, meant to be. She came back to me 3 weeks later and said, you're in, we're publishing.
Whoa.
And it's in Amazon right now.
Wonderful. I can't wait. I'll get the book, read it, and we'll have you back to talk about it maybe in a couple of months or so. But wow, that's exciting. It's exciting because I'm also going through that as well. I'm also part of a multi-authored book. Ours called Sacred Surrender. It's going to be launched on April 1st. Super excited. And for us as well, you mentioned that all the proceeds from the sale of this book is going to go to a charity. For us as well, 100% go to charities. So this is what I love. It's all about, doing good, sharing our gifts with the world while doing good at the same time. There's nothing more
I
beautiful than
love it.
that.
I love it. And
Uh,
congratulations on your book. I can't wait to read it and
Thank you
share it.
very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow, awesome. Now, tell us, you wanted to talk about the beautiful impact you're having in the planet and the world now. Tell us about that.
Well, it started with me sharing the principles that I've learned from my life journey and from specifically lessons that I was given and messages that I was given in my 3 near-death experiences that I remember. And I know that, I've traveled back and forth between here and the other side more than the average person. That's
Wow.
why my working title for my book is Yo-Yo to God, because I feel like a yo-yo. I picture the cover with one of those hands of God up in the air and me rolled up in a fetal position going up and down on God's string like a yo-yo, because it feels a lot like that. But one of the things that I learned immediately in the first experience is the principle of I am. And when you take the words I am, you are expressing the intention and the manifestation of God's will, which is within you. Whatever God, creator, source is to you, the power of your words have the power to activate intense manifestation in your life. And the I in I am stands for intention, as in I am God Godding, so to speak. When you say am, it's intention, awareness, manifest. So the most important thing after you say the word I is to be aware of what your intention is and how you're putting that forth to the universe, because God, source, angels, all of the spirits that abound that want to help us can only bring to us what we say is our highest intention. And the way that we broadcast that to the universe is with our word. So when we say I, we are intentionally putting forth the manifestation of source. When we say am, that is the go button. Now, anything we say, anything we declare after am is exactly the energy, the type of energy that the universe is going to manifest back to us, because that's what we've declared we want. So if we say, I am tired, well, guess what we're going to get? They're going with their pom-poms. They're ready to give us a shout out and send us everything we say we want. We say we're tired. They go, oh God, here she goes again. She's tired. Well, let's help her with that. That seems to be what she wants today. Let's have her lose the keys. Oh, now she's found the keys. When she gets out, she's going to have a flat tire. Got to get the tire changed. Gets to work late. Knocks the water cooler over as she's going in. Spoils everything that was on her office desk that she had to work with. And that's the power of our word. But we don't realize when we're talking that we do that all the time. We do have a get out of jail free card, just like in the Monopoly game. And that's to acknowledge that it is not our mind that is driving manifestation, but rather our heart. Our heart is not thought, ego-based. Our heart is heart feeling based. So when we're feeling something relatively negative, like tired, angry, sad, annoyed, displaced, whatever the negative feeling is we're having, if we declare it to the universe as a feeling, then we have a choice as to what we do about what we're feeling, which we can then redeclare as a higher intention, a higher level of radio signal to the universe, if you will. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It's beautiful because what you're saying, the power of words. Words can have more than words. They have a life to themselves. They have identity. They, just like the saying that says, whatever you think is going to be manifesting in your world, because we all, like, energy towers. We emit frequencies, vibrations, and whatever you emit, whether it's happiness, love, prosperity, lack, whatever, the universe is going to bring you back the same. Just like when you tune on the radio, the frequency, you're going to get the frequency you're looking for. Same thing here. So this is really powerful to really understand that it's taken me over 4 decades to understand, but now I'm finally coming to the realization that the words are really powerful. And I've been watching a lot of videos from Abraham and Esther Hicks, and that's all she talks about: emotions. It's about emotion. And even one of the books that I'm reading right now, beautiful book called The Bringers of the Dawn. I'm sure you heard of it, and it's all about. It's all. I highly recommend you read it. It's all about, our secret sauce, our most amazing skill for us among all of the species out there is that we have emotions, feelings, and that's what we can create. We are gods in that we can create our reality. Just like what the great Henry Ford said: whether you believe you can or you believe you cannot, either way, both ways, you're right. So be careful what kind of thoughts you entertain in your mind. And then one of the questions I asked my podcast, and I asked you as well, is change your story, change your mind. And I'm sure you remember that, because what we tell ourselves all day long, that manifests itself. So I'm super happy that you mentioned that, because that is very powerful.
That's what led me on and started my spiritual journey and started my search to source. And that realization led me to so many teachers, hundreds of them. One of the greatest personal teachers I had was Wayne Dyer. Another one was Barbara Marx Hubbard. And their sense of source, Ken Wilber, one of the greatest philosophers on the planet. There are so many. Greg Braden is a current world seeker, done several retreats and things with him. One of the things I learned is that calm is an element of choice. And I break it down: language, the way we speak, what we write, and how we analytically, from the ego side of our brain body. I say, we have an ego mind and we have a soul. And the ego map and the heart map is the way I put it. And they have to meet in the middle. And when they meet in the middle, we create calm and coherence. And anytime we're not in calm and coherence, we're in incoherence, creating chaos. Chaos for ourselves, chaos within ourselves, and anything we create within ourselves, we create for someone else or something else as well. We only have to look at Ukraine to see chaos and incoherence in action. So what is the calm principle? I break it down into 3 letters. The calm, each letter stands for a level of energies that contribute to all the other energies of the word. Calm is not just a word, it is a compilation, like a book compilation, of energies that create the space for coherence. And within coherence, when we have coherence, we feel calm. When we feel calm, we can listen to our thoughts, but feel from them. And then we react from I feel rather than I think. And when we react, and we're taught from an early age to think. What you think is what matters. It is not. What you feel is what matters. What you think about what you feel is the action steps you take from what you feel. So what is calm? The C is communication, clarity, choice, cooperation, and coherence. The A is awareness, attention, alignment, and action. We must take action when we come to that. The L is for listening, for leaning in, for learning, for laughing, for leaping, for living large, and most of all, for love. The M is meaningful, what we say, what we choose, and in calm, it has to be meaningful. There has to be a purpose in it for us. It has to be mindful. We have to take all of the information that we have from our education, from our tribal learnings, from what we have gathered that contributes to calm, and we have to be mindful of how we say it. And when we're meaningful, mindful, we can manifest miracles. So that M in the calm is meaningful, mindful, manifest miracles. I break this up into a mind map and a heart map. In the mind map, there are 7 steps. In the heart map, there are 7 steps. And when we join those two together and they work in calm connection with each other, we create the infinite source of energy that we always are. And we share that in an infinite loop. So we're not only contributing to ourselves and to what we want to manifest in the world, we are contributing to the greater manifestation of calm and coherence in the world. There are all kinds of studies about this. When people join in prayer, they change things. They change, the birth rate goes up, the death rate goes down, murders are less, crime is less. They've had intentional studies on this all over the world. So when we're in the mind map alone, our ego is meant to keep us safe. Our mind is action oriented, do things that keep me safe. Food in the cupboard, gas in the car, roof over my head, money in the wallet, health in the body, and get those vitamins kind of thing. So first of all, without connection to the heart map, the mind is meaningless. It is in itself chaos and incoherence. What can be more chaotic than having 30,000 thoughts a day going through your head? And yet we do, and we don't think of that as chaos or incoherence. We have to consciously bring our heart into those incoherent, chaotic 30,000 thoughts to create calm. So step 1 is to recognize we're in calm or coherence and chaos and incoherence most of the time, unless we're mindful and unless it's meaningful to us. So step 2 is in the mind map is it's all about self and evaluation of our others, our self, situations, occupations. Step 3 in incoherence is always judgment. When we are evaluating something, we're always in a state of judgment. From judgment, you cannot create calm. You cannot create coherence from judgment. You can and always do create more problems for yourself and others. When you do that, you compromise your whole energetic system. You want to see what your chakras look like when you compromise that system? It looks like a nuclear war is going on. Pardon the reference. And the cycle repeats. Step 7 of that is always the cycle repeats. Like our chakras, calm and incoherent, chaos and incoherence, and calm and coherence go in the sacred 7 steps. So when we look at the heart map, well, calm and coherence is the natural state of infinite unity. It's the natural state of our body at rest. It's the natural state of a river flowing, a tree growing, everything that is natural. How is it different from self-evaluation of ourselves and others? To move into calm, you must value every situation. You must find value in what you would even consider the worst, the hardest, the harshest, and the most challenging. I am myself struggling with this right now, thinking about the chaos that is in the world and how I can contribute more calm to it. So step 3 in the heart map is always non-judgment. Do not judge. Find value, however infinitesimally small in the situation, and work from there forward. It's soulful. It's solution-based, and it's heart-based. It's always cooperative. It's always creating cooperation. So when you're calm, you find value. There's no judgment. You're soulful, creating a solution, and it's heart-based. There's cooperation involved. The cycle repeats, and that's calm. Now you can take this a step further. Whenever you're in chaos, the way you know it, the 4 points that I use to know that you're in chaos and incoherence is it's always involving guilt, shame, blame, or fear. Anytime you're feeling guilt, shame, blame, or fear of any one person, place, or thing, you are not in calm and coherence. You are in chaos and incoherence. On the heart side, when you are fully in calm, fully coherent, creating soulful solutions in your life and for others, you're knowing, you're growing, you're flowing, and you glow
I
like
love
you're
that.
glowing right now, Payman.
Thank
So
you. Love that.
am I feeling guilt, shame, blame, or pain, fear, or am I knowing, growing, flowing, and glowing? Am I a dry desert or a flowing river? Am I a glowing star or an explosion? Right? So when you bring this mind map and heart map and you marry them together, that's when you move into what I learned and was taught by others on the other side. That's when you come into sacred soul self. And sacred soul self is when you're living from the principles of a cooperating mind and a heart loving soul. Our mind and our soul are meant to be together. That's why we've been given a human experience. If they weren't, we'd be a rock. And even a rock has consciousness if you measure the atoms in it. So it's not the kind of consciousness that we're aware of, but it has a planetary part in consciousness and energy. Everything that has an atom or a molecule in it, and there's nothing that doesn't have some kind of consciousness and have purpose. And purpose is not about what you do. Purpose is about what you are, where you are, whatever's happening, wherever you are, whoever you're with, whatever you're dealing with. Purpose is not, I'm a baker or a banker or a soldier. Purpose is being on purpose, with love, in calm and coherence from a state of sacred soul self.
Wow.
So sacred soul
Beautiful.
self is, again, self and soul brought together creates sacred space. When you move into sacred space, you are always part of infinite unity. When you're operating just from self, you're seeking, you're emerging, you're expanding, you're evolving, but you're limited. And you often limit love. And you're looking for fulfillment. That's the ego mind. The ego mind is always looking for love, fulfillment, and expansion. It can't do it without moving into soul. When you're with soul, you're with source, you're one, you're unity, and you're love. When you bring self and soul together, sacred space is surrender, awakened, calm, receiving, evolved, and divine. When you go those together, now you move to the next level of grace. Grace is something that we all are in our quiet moments when we are fully integrated and aware and operating from our sacred soul space. Grace is actually a higher power than love. I don't know how many people are aware that the energy of grace is a higher power than love. You can't get to grace without love because you have to be in the soul. But grace is another get out of jail free card. Because when you can't feel the love, there are often situations with people, places, things where you can't feel the love. And yet you need to express from love to remain in calm and coherence. So what's that? Grace. Grace allows you to be generous. It allows you to realize where you need to go and what you need to be. It's part of I am all that is. It's commitment and communication, and it's everything, everywhere, every time. So when you can't feel the love, lean into grace, and grace will set you free.
Amazing. Love that. Powerful. Wow. you have any tips for anyone to try to on the way to attain grace?
Yeah, I have 10 tips for calm. Um, Always in any situation, regardless of what it is, slow down. Take a deep breath, breathe slower, relax. Relax your body, your jaw, your shoulders. If you're walking towards someone or you're angry, slow down, stop. Feel the space where you are, be rooted. Once you've slowed down your body, talk slower, think slower, think about what you're going to say. Allow yourself to take a breath, deep breath before any sentence that you make. And when the phone rings, this is, I got this, I was taught this in the very first job I worked in, London Life Insurance Agency, when I was 16 years old, started as a file clerk. And I had to be pulled off one day to answer phones because the receptionist was sick. And I said, what do I do? And they said, talk slow, listen hard, and before you pick up the phone, smile.
Love that.
And I said, what? I said, smile. It doesn't matter what you do. As long as you're smiling when you pick up the phone, no matter what's coming at you from the other end, they're going to feel the smile and they're going to be better than they would have.
Absolutely.
And it works. So when the phone rings, close your eyes for a moment, take a breath before answering, smile, and answer with that smile. A lot of times during the day, we're stressed out. You're a busy man. You're working all the time. You're putting all of this good information out in the world through your wonderful podcasts. Yeah. Take mini retreats, just a few seconds where you use and ground yourself. Feel your energy in each part of your body. Use transitions like travel time to and from your office or to and from your home. And when you're in your body, listen to what it's telling you in those transition times. Let go of any excess tension, like you just straightened up and straightened your shoulders up, and the tension just flew out of the back of your throat chakra, right? So notice your mindset when you're talking or walking or cycling or driving. Is it positive or negative? I just discovered, I belong to an organization called Female Wave of Change Canada, and it's about empowering women leadership. And one of the speakers on our monthly meeting last night was a wonderful woman, and she told me about the mood app. And I thought, crazy. And I Googled it. And one of the things in my tips to calm is, notice your mindset. What am I feeling in whatever I'm doing? Am I feeling tired? Am I feeling inspired? Am I feeling annoyed? What am I feeling? What's that mood? And if the mood is on the wrong side of calm and coherence, take a break. The best and easiest and most affirming way is get outside. Get out of your office. If you can't get outside, yesterday I went around and opened all the windows in the house. It was like a windstorm in here, but boy, it felt fresh and alive. Oh, yeah. But it was a first sunny, beautiful day that you could open all the windows and not freeze to death.
I did that this morning, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Add something beautiful to your space. A flower, a book, a picture. Uh-huh. And lastly, spend some time alone each day, connecting to source, to spirit, in whatever manner resonates with your energy, whether it's meditating. I love open-eyed meditation because you can do it anywhere, anytime, even with someone. Right now, if I felt tired, I would meditate on that beautiful gold, whatever it is on your background, because it just draws me into that space, and it allows in 1 second my mind to let go and my heart to move in.
Beautiful. That's amazing. Wow. This is truly powerful. I'm glad this is being recorded so I can watch it myself. And this is why I love this podcast, talking to these amazing experts, learning from them, and rewatching them myself, because this podcast has been a blessing. It's been part of my own education, ongoing education, learning about areas I thought I knew. And most importantly, learning about things I had no idea about. One of them being right now, right here this morning, today. I just learned about things I had no idea even existed. So thank you for that. Thank you for being part of my enlightenment of my journey to awakening and enlightenment. So yeah, this is amazing. Thank you, Donna. As always, amazing connecting with you.
Thank you so much. I love being here.
Pleasure's all mine. So if someone wants to connect with you, what's the best way to do so?
www.donna, Donna, Fairhurst, Fairhurst.com. When you go to my website, you'll get a welcoming, clearing prayer and manifesting prayer. And you'll also get an opportunity to have a 30-minute free zero to clarity session. So
Beautiful.
go to my website, all my contact information, my emails on there, www.donnafairhurst.com.
Wonderful. I will put that in the show notes. Once again, Donna, it's an absolute honor having you back. That's why you're back here again today. We're gonna have you back again in a few weeks, few months to catch up with you. Especially curious to know about how your book, or at least the part that you wrote in your book, has positively impacted your business and your life. That's something that myself, as a I will be a published author in a couple of weeks. I'm very curious to know as well from someone that's a few steps ahead of me. So super happy. So we'll definitely have you back. So I salute you. You're a true leader with a heart. Keep shining your light. Keep blessing the world with your smile, with your presence, with your impact, with your mission, with everything you're doing, because you're a true gift, and I mean it, to the world. And so stay safe, stay awesome. God bless you, my beautiful friend. And we'll definitely be talking a lot. So have a wonderful, as we say, have a fantabulous day and rest of the week ahead of you.
Thank you so much. Happy St. Patrick's Day. May the luck of the Lord be with you always.
Indeed. Amen. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.